You know, touchscreens are becoming more and more popular, and our next guest has some pretty cool products among touchscreens and other neat things. He's the Vice President and Chief Technology Officer for Personal Systems for HP. Phil McKinney. Phil, welcome into Tomorrow. How you doing?
Great. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing well. It's always a great opportunity, and you do well when you see and get to share new technology. And you've got some pretty cool stuff at CES and here at the Showstoppers press event.
Yeah, we think so.
Tell me about some of the things that are getting the most attention right now.
Well, I think what's happening here at the show is really touch is really starting to get its traction. The transition of handheld devices being touch-enabled and now coming into more of the traditional laptop line. So.
And what a great point, because folks are saying, well, why can't I do it with my laptop or my desktop if I can do it with my phone, for crying out loud? So all of a sudden now manufacturers are going, well, they're right. Of course they're right. We're consumers, which makes your job as CTO even more challenging, I guess.
Yeah, but, given the challenge of trying to make everybody happy, it's a tough job.
But what a great opportunity and transition, because we are more and more used to these touch screens on our small devices, so let's go to the laptop with them. So what do you got?
Yeah, so what we're showing here at the show is really a couple different of the touch platforms. One is we're coming out with the second generation of the touch tablets. So HP, we've been in the tablet business for quite some time from the standpoint of tablet computers going back 5 years.
Yeah.
What we've done last year is we announced the first touch tablet, which allows you really to have that full capability of being able to have all the touch interface work going on. But what we've done in this generation is updated it. It's a new version, great capabilities, and actually it mirrors a lot of the touch capabilities that are on the TouchSmart platform that we introduced 2 years ago. So we're bringing that entire touch experience across the entire product line.
And that was neat when you introduced it. So now you've got more things to truly make us more productive, have a little more fun with our computing, and just do some more unique things.
Well, it's also the fact that with Win 7, we worked with Microsoft to embed all of our touch work into the operating system. So now, not only does Win 7 give you touch, but all of the applications that run on Win 7 can now take advantage of that touch fully.
Well, for those that are, of course, listening on the radio, we're doing video as well of all of our interviews, all 3 weeks of Into Tomorrow, so we're more than delighted for you to swing by intotomorrow.com or graveline.com. Check out all the videos. Among other things, Phil is showing us some of the cool touch technology here with HP. So what can you demo on this particular unit that we can show to our camera? And we'll try to hold it as still as we can so we don't drive Andres, who's running the camera, too crazy.
So I think the key here with the touch is HP, we've created a touch interface. The objective here is how do we make the computer insanely simple to use?
Oh, I like that.
So trying to drive the adoption rate for touch technologies to users who typically are not comfortable with normal computing technologies. One of the things we learned in TouchSmart is that the keyboard is still very intimidating.
Really?
Think about it. On a keyboard on most computers today, you still have a break key and a system request key.
Yeah, people go, what?
What the heck is that? Now, for those of us like you and I who are old enough to remember what the heck the break key was used for, today's generation has no clue. What we found is that by designing touch technology such that if you know how to use an ATM machine, you know how to use a touch technology computer. Therefore, we get over that hurdle or that kind of intimidation factor of the keyboard by allowing and creating an experience that if you know how to use a cash machine, you can use a TouchSmart.
All right. So I'm seeing things, of course, like Netflix on the screen because we've got all this content, and you're helping us not only get it to our ears and eyes a whole lot easier, but again, not even messing with the keyboard or a mouse.
Exactly. So, and the one thing we've done is this interface that you're seeing on the TM3 product or TM2 product here is the exact same interface that runs on the TouchSmart. So applications that we developed on our TouchSmart platform now plays in this platform itself. So you've got everything from the Netflix products. We also have a Twitter application. You've got Hulu on it. You've got a full range of applications, including all of the video, the ability to play DVDs by using touch interfaces, the ability to go browse by touch interface. So now you can scroll through your web pages by just using your finger.
Now, of course, the same issue, I think, that we also deal with our smartphones is that they get fingerprints now all over them. I mean, how constantly are we wiping our phones? And I'm seeing everybody do it. You're wearing a sport coat, and there it goes on the sport coat, and then now you can use it again. Now we're going to have the same issue with our laptops that already get fingerprints when some clown comes up and points to something.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to deal with that issue, but look at all the cool stuff you can do. It's something easy to overcome, I think.
Well, it is. We've been actually working on developing films in that get applied to the front of the glass because it's not just those that are touch-enabled. You're right. Someone leans over your shoulders and reaches out and touches your glass, and it drives you nuts.
Yes.
Because they don't touch my glass because I get a fingerprint and I wipe it off. So there's actually been a lot of work that's going on through the glass manufacturers such as Corning and 3M to develop all kinds of films to try to reduce the fingerprints. But it's not even just the glass. One of the other areas that drives people nuts on the fingerprints is the fingerprints on the outside of the case.
Sure, and here's a good example. You've got a beautiful HP machine here that's red, nice, certainly gets attention and gets fingerprints.
Exactly. And it's one of those things. And actually what we've done now in order to satisfy the consumer is we actually ship the polishing cloth in the case with the laptop, because it's one of those things that people have that personal preference, particularly when you pick colors and it's very personal.
Yeah.
People want it to look nice.
And, of course, we want to get to something else very cool, but one of the other neat things that you're doing, of course, are tablets. And if you're talking about touch technology and not having to use a stylus, now things are so much easier. So here's an example with this Touch Smart 2, apparently, that you can spin around. No, you're not breaking the screen.
Exactly.
It becomes a tablet.
Exactly. So you can literally spin this around, and you can literally lay the lid down, and now you have the full touch capabilities set up in a tablet PC form factor. And this is actually, I think, touch is what's going to really allow tablet PCs to finally get the market traction that it's always wanted. Because when we first came out with tablets, everybody reached their finger out and touched it, but it wasn't touch enabled.
That's true.
Right.
And so, but now you've got the complete operation, and from a student standpoint, a professional, whatever the case, you've got the ability to do some neat things now.
Exactly.
Now, tell me about this new HP projector that we're also going to show on this video. Very, very tiny, yet very powerful.
Yeah, so it's 3 inches by 5 inches. It really drives the whole concept of how do I carry and be able to use projectors in business meetings. The days of carrying big projectors, or the small and medium-sized business person who walks in and he's borrowing a projector in a conference room, and then it doesn't work. It doesn't interface with their laptop. Now, for 3 inches by 5 inches, 100 lumens, $499, you can now pick that projector literally in your coat pocket, and you'll always have something and have that ability to make that presentation.
And this is available now from HP?
It'll actually be shipping in about 2 weeks.
Okay, wow, there you go. So that's about as now as we can get when everybody else is telling us, well, the summer, maybe next fall, by next CES, so they're teasing us with some product, but there you go, a couple of weeks, that's pretty good.
Exactly.
Love it. And what kind of price? I don't know if you mentioned the price.
It's $499.
Okay, terrific. Good stuff. And, of course, HP.com, pardon me, the desert air already gets to the throat. HP.com/personal, because the things that Phil and his team are working on are for us. They're for personal consumers to do cool things. Thanks, Phil, for joining us here at Showstoppers during CES.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Enjoyed it.
My pleasure. We're back with more from Las Vegas and the International Consumer Electronics Show this week into tomorrow on the Advanced Media Network.